Shalom, shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. And Thwade, Yahweh Shem Yahshua put in the spirit of the elders and apostles, we can come learn regarding this truth and knowledge, learn this truth and knowledge. Call holy Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. To relate to some articles relating to Moscow threatens to respond if NATO moves nukes any closer to its borders. So Russia is moving its nukes closer to the Finland borders. Russia moves nuclear missiles to Finland's borders in backlash over NATO. Putin's last stand, Russia moves missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads to Finland. That was on Fox News, Metro, Express. Next, The Guardian. Russia reasserts right to use nuclear weapons in Ukraine. That's The Guardian. Washington Post. Russia threatens to move nukes to Baltic region if Finland and Sweden join NATO. Because Finland and Sweden, they're in the borderlines of Russia. So that will cause tensions with Russia. A potential, because of the boundarial aspect, and they see it as Russia see it as a threat or a form of provocation, man. Russia moves nuclear missiles towards Finland border, backlash over NATO bid. Could Russia use tactical nuclear weapons? Question. BBC News. These are different articles. The Guardian. How many nukes would it take to destroy the world? According to this, it says 100 nuclear bombs to end this world, man. I'm going to go to some scriptures real quick. That was some articles relating to that. Let's go to, we're in a time of tensions with these nations, man. Matthew 24:6. It's a quick lesson. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So you're going to hear of wars. You're going to hear rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So all these things are spoken that's going to happen in the latter times. These are things that are spoken aforetime, that these things are going to happen upon a generation that's going to experience these things, man. Hearing of wars, rumors of wars, you see these tensions of nations building up. From Russia to Ukraine, from Israel, Iran, from China to Taiwan, and different countries, bro. Number 7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's what you see in these nations against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, which are plagues, and earthquakes in different places. So you experience different things in diverse places. Earthquakes, the pestilence, the plagues, the famines. We had a penumbra, which is a partial to a full eclipse, man, last night. So these are the signs, the fearful signs you see. Go with that with Luke 21 and 21 and 11, I believe. I'll get it, Lord willing. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. So these are the sorrows, man. The beginnings of sorrow. We in the latter stages of way past the beginnings of sorrows. These are latter stages of sorrows, man. So these are things that were spoken before that would happen, man. And for example, that hearing of wars and rumors of wars. So nuclear missiles being moved. drills being take place, military countries in position, moving their arsenal in different points of position. Let's go to 13 and 7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be yet. So the end is not yet, man. These are some of the things that has to happen, man. It's according to prophecy, man. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in different places, and there shall be famines and trouble. So there's a lot of troubles going all over the world. These are the beginnings of sorrow. Uproars of the people, famines potentially, shortages. So these are many troubles that's happening, man. Luke 21. Luke 21 and 8. (21 and 9), Shalak. And when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So you're going to hear the commotions, the disturbances, the uproars, the disruptions. These are the things you're going to hear. But these are These are the things that has to come to pass, man, according to Scripture. But the end is not yet, man. Second Ezra 16 and 8. 16 and 18. The beginnings of sorrows and great mourning. So much sorrows, mourning. Beginnings of famines and great death. The beginnings of wars. So these are beginning stages of wars, man. We in the stages of World War III, man, on a small incremental level, man. And the power shall stand in fear in the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come, man? So we beginning of evils, man. Ephesians 5:15, be circumspect and not as fools. Be circumspect and not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times because they're evil. So you have to be circumspect as wise, man. Knowing the kind of times you're in, man, because we redeeming the times because they're evil. We are in evil times, man. We in perilous times. And notice that perilous times shall, relating to 2 Timothy 3 and 1, man. So the perilous times goes to bad times, man. So we in the beginnings of sorrows, great mourning, famine, great death, beginning of wars, power shall stand in fear, beginning of evils. So these are the evils we're in, man. Behold, famine, the plagues, and tribulation, the anguish is sent as scourges for the amendment. And that relates to the tools for punishment, man. You're seeing mass shootings. You're seeing tensions between different category groups of people against other category groups of people, whether stage or the real deal. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges, because they're not mindful of the time and season they're in. High time to wake out of sleep, because our salvation may be nearer than we believe. Be sober, be vigilant, because the devil, the adversary, is coming like a roaring lion, waiting to whom he may devour. Revelations 12:12. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. Inhabitants is the people, pretty much the people of the earth, man. The inhabitants of the earth, the people of the earth. That's a woe to warning, man. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil's going to come in great wrath, knowing, but he has but a short time. So the horns are beginning to lift up gradually and slowly, man. Number 21. But the victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. So they're going to underestimate. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. When they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come, man. Like a woman in travail, the birth pains, man. They underestimating the times that they're in with the optics or a guise of a false sense of safety and security. Because of that false safety and security, they're going to be overtaken like that thief in the night, man. Be caught off guard, man. Behold, the victual shall be so good and cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, the famine, and great confusion, man. So these are elements of different diversity of judgments that's going to come upon. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So inescapable situations. You might escape one, but you'll run right to another, man. And it'll be better to die by the sword than hunger, because hunger, the body pines away and it deteriorates within. It eats itself. It begins to eat itself, man. So it'll be better to die by the sword, man. Basically, the body becomes its own enemy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And that relates to the state and condition of the things that's going to be going on in that time period, relating to these things to come in a not so distant future, man, as scripture says. The first part, the dead shall be cast as dung, or pretty much excrement on the ground, man. And there shall be no man to comfort. They ain't going to have no time to comfort or mourn for the things, because of the state and condition, the things that's going to be going on in society, man. People would be worried about themselves, man. Worrying about surviving, man. Survival of the fittest, man, in those times. So these nuclear missiles talk about the fervent heat, man. The fervent heat is something that's that melt the elements, man. Something that is extremely hot beyond the normal measure of heat, man. Measurement of heat, man. It's going to melt the elements, man. And that's these missiles, man. So you see the tensions over Finland and what, the NATO, because that poses a threat to their border neighbor of Russia, man. They see that as a form of provocation or a hostile act towards them. This was just a few scriptures. I hope it helps in some way. This is Brother Zayab. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yoshua Bashem Rakakadash. Hope it helps. Shalom. Thanks.